I'm with Peter Knickerbocker, and we're at the CPAC here in Washington, D.C., and there are a lot of folks here gathering, talking about conservative issues, the future of the Republican Party. What do you think about that, and how does that relate to the pro-life movement?
Well, it just came out of Newt Gingrich's address to the CPAC attendees, and he electrified the crowd, and he talked about how he is even surprised at how quickly our national government now, both the executive and the legislative branch, is moving to take apart our democracy. They pushed through $1 trillion of spending without even reading the bill. So people here are electrified. We're looking to 2010 and 2012 to try to, going through a lot of these sessions, a lot of emphasis is on reaching out to our neighbors. We're not going to hunker down in some bunker and complain with each other. The American people did not get what they voted for. They thought they were voting for hope and change, and as Newt pointed out, the last time Barack Obama is the first out-of-the-closet liberal elected president in more than a generation. Clinton was elected as a conservative Democrat. Carter before him he ran as a conservative Democrat right after Watergate.
Yeah.
So we see when Al Gore ran as a liberal and he was crushed. So I think everyone is very energized here. We're ready to go back out into our communities and to have the discussion with our neighbors.
You bet. It's interesting that you bring up out of the closet and liberal, as I think that we're talking more about going towards socialism and communism here. He's talking about, we're looking at nationalizing the banks. We're looking at, he said that he's going to change the medical system so that there's health care for everyone.
Right.
That implies the government is going to pay, the government, you and I, and we're going to pay for the health care system. He implied that he's going to, as far as the pro-life issues go, that he's going to support embryonic stem cell research. These are a lot of hardcore issues that are coming down the pike. Isn't this something that kind of should get everybody scared?
Well, I think we both know people who are outside the movement who voted for Obama thinking he was pro-life, or at least was not a radical pro-abort. There are a lot of things that he held himself out of as that people are learning. And even though his polls are still holding about the same, if you look inside them, the strongly approve is shrinking dramatically. It's hollowing out. So I'm very optimistic, and frankly, I think as a nation, it was probably better for us. I think the silver lining in what happened last November is that it's pushed the reset button on the Republican Party and on the movement, and better in a very dangerous century. I think the 21st century, if you can imagine this, is going to prove to be more dangerous than the 20th century. Better for us to get this foolishness out of the way now than 10, 15 years from now. And so hopefully the lessons that we learn looking here and the type of people that the American people will send to Washington are going to stick with it more than after the Contract with America revolution, if you will. We're entering a dangerous century, and we really don't have the leeway for this kind of stupidity going forward.
Well, this is the time where anybody who sees this and who says things have gone far enough, this is the time for us to definitely speak out and get involved, isn't it?
No question about it. No question about it. I think I've noticed just since the election, I guess within the last month, I got on Facebook, something I had absolutely no interest in doing, and I've noticed so many other people in the movement who I think felt the same way, and we realize we have to connect with each other, and this is sort of a semi-full-time job for all of us now. No matter what you do in life, we have to mind our country, and we have to not be taken by a music man entering River City who was not going to produce 76 trombones and 110 cornets in the big parade.